Hello, welcome back to my channel, Enjoy Plans. This week I am finally using the Crest Press Beach Club kit. I have been so excited to use this for forever, but for some reason I keep pushing it off. Like, have you ever had a kit where you are like so excited to use it, but you don't have a like super good time to use it, so it just kind of keeps getting pushed off? That's this kit. Anyways, I feel like I came into this summer with a lot of kits from like last year, because last year was like such a bop of a summer for summer art. But this summer, I don't know, I didn't feel that as much. I don't think I have any. I think I have one kit coming over and I could have used it, but I just wanted to start fall, even though it was nowhere near fall here. But yeah, it just feels right to start fall right after school starts. So I did a couple weeks of this summer after school started, and then once we got into September, I'm like, okay, fall spreads. Even though it's not fall vibes, fall spreads. Anyways, so this is my last summer spread of 2024, which kind of feels crazy. I kind of live in the mentality of long live summer in my planner and try to stretch summer as long as possible. So this feels sad, but we will have another summer next year. This was a pretty standard week. I don't know, maybe it was kind of busy. Yeah, I was pretty busy now that I look at it. My parents came in town for Labor Day weekend, and that was so good to see them. That still feels so strange to say like my parents came in town or like my in-laws are coming in town, because we've always lived by them, like even in college. So this just feels so strange to be out of town, or for them to be out of town, if that makes sense. So if you live away from your family, you get it. But yeah, it felt good. Anyways, on Monday, I'm just going to run through my week because I feel like people tend to like that. So hopefully you don't mind. On Monday, I had a meeting with my room mom. The school that I'm at is really big into room parents and like parent involvement. And she was super nice, and she brought me like a lemonade and a treat from my favorite restaurant. And that was just like so sweet for our meeting. And she was so prepared. I have her oldest in my class. And so I don't know, you never know what you're going to get for room parents. I feel like I have such a love-hate relationship with parent volunteers, and I want them. I want parents to be involved, and I want parent communication and all that. But at the same time, I feel like I don't know if it's been burned, but that like feels extreme. But I've just been in some sticky situations where parents end up going and talking about kids to other parents, or they like cross boundaries with you because they feel like they have an insider because they're your parent volunteer. I don't know. I kind of like, I potentially like read into it more too with being a younger teacher, although I'm not a younger teacher anymore. But at the time when I was being young, like when I was a younger teacher, I kind of like kept parents a little bit, not at a distance, because that just feels like I still invited them in for like parties and used their help and everything. Don't get me wrong, but there's some teachers that like use them for a lot, and I definitely don't use parents a lot. I am very much I can do it myself person. And for better, for worse, that ends up being mostly for worse, but I'm just such a like control freak. And I'm like, I like my ways. I like my cutting. Like I've gotten frustrated with how some parents cut, and I'm just like particular. So it's a me thing. Anyways, this room mom seems great. She seems super chill and super willing to help, and I'm trying to embrace that more. I got like a parent email about a grandma who wants to volunteer, and she's like, I'm so lonely, like I'd love to help out anyway to fill my day. And I kind of felt bad and sad, and I was like, oh, I gotta get this grandma in. But at the same time, I'm like, I gotta also do what works for me. Like, it's not my job. My job is so many other things. Volunteering is like the last, or like lower on the totem pole of all the things that I need to do and prioritize in my job, if that makes sense. So if you are a parent and your child's teacher doesn't reach out, it's not because they don't want your help or don't need your help, because they want and need it. They just might be so overwhelmed with so many other things, or have just had a bad experience that it's not you, it's them, honestly. Or I should say for myself, it's not others, it's me. Anyways, and then I came home and did a bunch of YouTube preps, trying to get back into the YouTube swing and more regular videos. Hopefully you're enjoying that. I feel like YouTube, I'm not getting as many videos. I am also not having as much time and like the energy to watch, so maybe it's on me. But I don't know. I'm not seeing as many plan with me's. And I know people have like crazy busy lives, so I would never expect them to like do a schedule. You have to do what works for you, and you can't force it. But this is like what works for me in my brain. Also just made like a colossal mistake. Not really, but I just like threw a ton of undo on that page because I wanted an extender, I think, or placement. I don't even remember. But yeah, I just am like not seeing as many videos, and I just keep seeing and hearing people posting that they're burnt out, their planning style has changed, and all valid and understandable, and I get it. So I'm just curious to see how like this community, the projection of this community, if we're gonna stay, like if it's gonna change and do more memory journal planning or book planning, whatever this book planning thing phase is, or is that part of journaling? I don't know. But yeah, I can barely keep up with my weekly planner, so I can't do a second planner or switch planning. Like I just got to keep doing what works for me, and everybody will do what works for them too. So let me know, what's your stance on all that? Are you getting a second planner? Are you exploring other planning options? Are you enjoying the different planner content? I know sometimes like same old, like it's good to get something different. Or are you wishing that shops would come up with more? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. And by no way am I bashing. Like everybody, like I said, needs to do what works for them, and same with shops. But just curious. I feel like the planner community is always changing, but it feels like a little bit extra. But maybe that's just me. Tuesday, went to Starbucks. I've been trying to treat myself on Tuesdays and Fridays. Those have been my Starbucks days. I feel like Monday, I'm like typically just like running out the door and I just need to grab coffee from home. But Tuesday I try to get in a little bit earlier, and I have been trying to treat myself to a coffee then, and then Friday to like celebrate making it through the week. So those have been kind of my days. I just have gift cards that I use, so I'm trying to like spread them out. And then I ended up working late, so I went in early and then stayed super late, and I was just feeling super duper overwhelmed with school. I feel like it's just coming in waves, and we also kind of like, I don't know, I was just feeling in my feelings about the house search. So yeah, I was just feeling extra overwhelmed. All the emotions. I think I talked about that in my last plan with me. There's just so many emotions that come with moving, switching schools, switching like everything. And then on top of it, like trying to look for a house, which is already an emotional process. So it's been a lot, but it's also like, it's not bad. There could be a lot like harder things. So not complaining. Very thankful. Then I spent the evening updating and changing my school planner. I thought that I had like my system worked out, but you just kind of sometimes have to change and adapt to like whatever the school. And it's not that I'm trying to like copy what other people do, but you just like realize what works the best in that school environment. So I had to change my planner completely. I was using that Kelly Danielle planner if you watched one of my hauls from this summer. And that was just like too small. It wasn't staying open. It's so cute and adorable, and I love it and I want to use it, but I just needed a monthly planner. That's what my team, most people at my school use. They just have like a monthly planner. So I got one that's kind of cute, and it's slim, so I can pocket it in my bag everywhere that I go and take it with me. So that's been nice. But that took like a whole lot of time to handwrite everything in for the whole year. And then on Wednesday, school, every like once a month we get half days so we can have meetings for professional development. And I just love that. Like, I love that the school thought of that. That just makes me so thankful. So it was half day with the meetings. I was hoping to have more planning time in my classroom, but it was just all meetings. Then I came home and did a bunch of printable kit prep. I'm so behind on printable. Well, I'm now officially caught up, but at that point I was so behind. So I just need to do a bunch of stuff. And then we met up with my husband's grandma who lives nearby and took her to one of our favorite restaurants. And then on Thursday I had school, and I had like one of my coaches like do an impromptu stop by visit. And at the time I had 5 kids who were out. Just like being pulled to other like helper teachers for support or absent or whatever. And I was like not doing any curriculum. I was just like reading a book for fun to the kids, which is great too. Like, you need that. And I was feeling like, oh, I should be more prepared when he came in. But anyways, he left this really, really, really nice note, and I felt very encouraged. So that was really nice. It's a good pick me up, especially after how I'd been feeling. Then we drove around some houses later that evening, went to Chipotle and did a little family swim where we go swimming with Sadie. Then on Friday, I had school, and my mom and dad were in town, like I said. So they came and stopped by to see my classroom, and then we just basically spent the weekend with them doing lots of family stuff and family time, and that is my finished spread. Here is a close-up of the underlays, and then let's skip to the end to see the final spread. Here is the finished spread. I think it turned out pretty cute. I feel like I've had this planned for a really long time, and I love like all the colors of this kit and everything. I am happy with the blue hollow choice of foil. I think like this is maybe a little bit more cutesy for like the vibe, and I would have maybe done different underlay pairings, although like these rippled underlays are my favorite. I think I just could have like based it more off of the patterns. But all things considered, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the blue hollow. I think when this kit like came out originally, a lot of people were using green with it, and that just like felt a little too much for me, even though I did do green like a couple weeks ago. But yeah, so I'm happy with it. This was a good week. I probably talked about it in my voiceover, and yeah, this is the finished spread. I did end up adding this extender with this gorgeous lady, and this looks like an amazing vacation that I wish I could go on, and that coffee looks so good. So anyways, this is the finished spread. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye everyone.